Hello. Till now we have seen like how to install Rasa, then how to create a basic Rasa bot. Then we even saw what are slots, intents, entities, how to extract entities and store them as slots. Then we even saw what are custom actions, and we even saw what are basic forms. So now let's see. Let's move forward and see the next topic, that is handling uh, interruptions while the execution of a form. So basically, for what are forms? As we saw the last time, forms are used to take input from the user when we want to extract many slots for one particular intent, or when we want to extract many slots, then we use forms. Forms help us easily extract slots, and then we can store the value. So in today's topic, we'll be saying how to handle interruption. Interruption in the sense, we can take an example of a form of our form which we were using, like the simple form that we created last time. Alright, let me just show you. Okay, so here is a form that we created. So during the execution of this form, what the bot will do is the bot will first ask for the slot name, then it will ask for the slot city, then it will ask for the slot phone. So this conversation will go in a smooth manner. But what if when the bot asks for the slot name, and then the user wants to have a chit chat, or the user interrupts the form of conversation flow. Like if the user says that, "Are you a bot?" in the middle of the conversation while the form is getting executed. In such case scenarios, we need to configure the rules so that the bot doesn't perform, so that the bot behaves appropriately. Right now we have not configured right now we have not configured it. That's why if whenever the user interrupts the conversation during the execution of the form, then the bot would call the fallback intent and end the conversation there. But we don't want that to happen. This is a simple small form. So in this case, that won't matter much. But when you're working on some large scale projects, and when you have like many slots that you want to extract in a form, and suppose whenever after few slots are extracted, if the user interrupts the conversation flow, or if the user wants to have some chit chat on some other topic, then we need to configure the bot in such a way that whatever the user asks, whatever the user wants to know, the bot should answer the user. After that chit chat is over, the bot should come back to the form and continue from where it stopped. So for that, we need to configure or create our rules. So to do that, let's go to our rules.yaml file. So in this rules.yaml file, we already had a rule that is, say, I am a bot. So we'll just add this. We will add these steps inside our form, like inside our execution of the form to handle the interruption. So here I have written the rule. So this rule is to handle interruption in simple form, that is the form that we created. So the first condition that we have written here is the loop should be active. So whenever the simple form loop is active, then if the user asks the bot that, are you a bot? What is bot challenge intent? Let me just show you. So here we have the bot challenge intent. In this intent, whenever the user asks, are you a bot or are you a human? Am I talking to a bot? If the user asks any of this, then this intent will get triggered, that is bot challenge. So if this intent gets triggered in the middle of the execution of the simple form loop, then the next action we need to perform is utter I am a bot. So let me just show you what is utter I am a bot. So here, utter I am a bot. This will say that I am a bot powered by Rasa. After the bot says the utters the after the bot displays this utterance, then what the bot should do? The bot should go back to the execution of the loop of the simple form to exactly where it stopped and continue the form. So for that we have your action simple form and then active loop simple form. So this rule will continue the loop, like start the action form loop again from where it stopped. So let's just test it and see. As you know, we have to open up a terminal and verify whether our virtual environment is activated, in which we have installed Rasa before running any Rasa command. And this Rasa shell command is used to interact with the chatbot on the command line itself. And the bot is starting on localhost port 5005. So let's just wait till the bot starts. So when the bot starts, and we'll just trigger the simple form. Once once the simple form is started, then we can interrupt the conversation flow by asking, "Are you a bot or anything?" Then, according to our rule, the bot should respond with a utterance that yes, he's a bot. And after that, it should get back to the loop of the simple form and extract the remaining slots. So let's just wait till the bot gets started. As you can see, it's loading the latest model because we have not specified any model or we have not given any model flag here. Okay, so our bot is loaded. Let's just see how it goes. Whenever I say hi, the bot should start the simple form. Okay, so we encountered an error here. Okay. So let's just restart it. And the error was we have not started our action server since we are using the action server to show the display the slots that we extracted. We need to run the action server as well in a different terminal. Okay, so our action endpoint is up and running. Let's go back to our Rasa bot. So once the bot is loaded, we can test it again. The previous error was because of the action server. Since we are using the action server, we need to run the action server as well. And because the action server was not running, we got that error. I hope we should not face that error again because now we have started action server. Our Rasa server is starting, Rasa server is up and running. Okay, so let's see how the conversation goes now. So I say hi, Okay, so hey there, what is your good name? I'll say Sahil. Then in which city do you live in? New York. Can I get your phone number? Okay. Okay, so this is how our normal conversation will go. Now let's restart the conversation and test the rule that we just created or that we just wrote here to handle the interruptions. So let's just restart the conversation. Okay, so this restart commands basically resets all the slot values and then we can start the conversation from the beginning. So I'll say hi. So the bot is asking me, hey there, what is your good name? It's, Anu. Okay, so now the bot is asking in which city do you live in? So now instead of entering the city where I live in, I'll ask the bot some other thing. That is, are you a bot? Now once I say this, the bot should respond me with an utterance saying, yes, I am a bot powered by Rasa. And then it should get back to the form loop and ask me the other remaining questions that to extract the remaining slots. So let's just see if this works. Are you a bot? Mm, yeah. So as you can see, the bot says, I am a bot powered by Rasa. And it is asking me again, in which city do you live in? I'll say Mumbai. Okay, the bot is asking me, can I get your phone number, please? So now again, let's test it. I'll ask the bot, are you a human? Let's see if this works. Yes, it is working. As you can see, the bot is saying, I am a bot powered by Rasa, and it is asking me again, can I get your phone number, please? So let's give it our phone number. Okay, so end message. Hey, I know Mumbai is a very beautiful place. Your phone number is so and so. Okay, so that's how our conversation will go. The rule which we created just now to handle interruptions is working fine. You can create this rule to handle any interruptions. Right now, I just created it to handle the bot challenge. Instead of bot challenge, you can customize it or modify it according to your needs. Like you can right here any intent to handle, like even you can use the fallback intent. You can just mention fallback intent, and whenever fallback intent is triggered, then you can mention the action that you want to perform, like any utterance or anything that you want to perform according to your needs. So this is how it goes. Now another thing that we need to see is about the slots. So let me just run the bot again and show you about exactly what am I talking about. Let's just wait for the bot to get started. And right now what we saw was to handle the interruptions during the execution of the form. So after this, now I'll be showing you one more issue that we usually face while interacting with a Rasa chatbot. So let's just wait for our bot to get loaded. Okay, so our Rasa bot is up and running. So say hi. Hey there, what is your name? Okay, so right now the bot is asking just for my name. And suppose I say my name is Sahil. And with this, I even give additional detail like and my name and my city is Mumbai. So in this case scenario, what the bot will do is the bot will first the bot will check the sentence, take the input, and it will extract two entities from this. One is the entity name that it is asking for here right now, and there's another entity that is city here, that is Mumbai. It will even extract this entity. Right now, we just have a simple form, and even if it extracts this entity, it is good for us. But in some case scenarios, suppose we have a bot for pizza delivery, and the bot is and the the bot starts asking the user what kind of uh, pizza do you want, vegetarian or non-vegetarian. In that case scenario, the user might say, I am feeling medium happy, so I want a veg pizza. Okay, so if the user says this sentence, then what the bot had asked for is exactly whether the user wants a veg pizza or a non-veg pizza. In this case scenario, the user should just answer whether he wants a veg pizza or non-veg pizza. But in some cases, the user might say that I am feeling medium happy, so I want a veg pizza. In such case scenarios, what the bot will do is it will extract veg as an pizza type entity, that is veg or non-veg. Plus, here it might encounter a word that is medium. This might get tangled up with the slot or entity slot or entity named as pizza size, because in a pizza ordering bot there might be an entity for pizza size as well, and that entity might be having values like large, medium, small. So in that case scenario, the bot might extract this as pizza size, but actually this is not a pizza size here. The user is just referring to his mood here, that is medium happy. He's just trying to express his mood, but the bot might extract this as pizza size, and the conversation might not go in a proper way, or the bot might not function in a proper way. So in such case scenarios, what we need to do is we need to configure the bot in such a way that suppose the bot is asking whether the bot is whenever the bot is asking the user whether he wants a veg or non-veg pizza, then no matter what the user says, it should just extract the entity for whether the entity pizza type, that is veg or non-veg. Even if there are some other entities in it, even if there are some words that are similar to other entities, it shouldn't extract them. So we need to configure the bot for that thing. And to do that, it's very easy. We just need to specify one thing. Let me just show you. We need to come to our domain.yaml file, and in our domain.yaml file, we need to look out for the slots section where we have defined our slots. And in that slot section, we have our slot mappings, which we had given as type from entity and entity name we had given. So for so to configure this thing to handle to handle this interruption, we just need to add conditions for our slot mapping, and that condition will be active loop is simple form and requested slot is phone. So basically, what this means is the slot phone will be extracted only when the simple form is active, and in that form only when the requested slot is phone, this entire phone will be extracted. If we provide this phone will be extracted. So let's just uh, see with an example. I have not put this condition for our other entities, that is city and name, just to show you how the conversation might go. Okay, so let me just continue the conversation. So the bot was asking, "Hey there, what is your good name?" So in this case scenario, I'll just say my name is Sahil and my city is Mumbai. So the bot will extract the name entity as well as the city entity from this sentence. And the next question that the bot should ask is not my city. It should skip that and directly ask me what is my phone number. Okay, so it is asking me, can I get your phone number? Okay, so now let's see if the bot has correctly extracted the slots. Okay, so as you can see, the bot had like extracted the slots properly, like Sahil, Mumbai, and our phone number. Now let me restart the conversation and let's do the similar thing for phone number now instead of city. According to our configuration, it shouldn't extract the phone number. So now let's see if it works. My name is Sahil and my phone number is okay. Now let's see in which city do you live in. Okay, so as you can see, the bot, even though we mentioned a phone number here, the bot didn't extract it. It is asking for my phone number again. This is just because we put up a condition here for the slot mapping. That is this. This slot will be extracted only when the requested slot is phone. And here the requested slot was name, not phone. So it didn't extract the slot phone, it just extracted the slot name and then it just kept everything else and it is asking for a phone again. Okay, so hello style, Mumbai is a very beautiful place and this is a phone number. Cool. So this is how you handle the slot extraction in some cases. In our case, it was like it was not necessary, but when your project is something complex or something that needs to handle such cases, then you can specify conditions here for slot extractions and all that. Let me just clear the screen. Okay. Let's stop our action server as well. Okay. So now we have created a form. We have even configured the bot to handle interruptions in the form, and we have even configured the bot to handle the slot extractions. Now we can do this for all the slots as well to put up this condition. So now let's see about how to validate custom actions. So we were using custom actions to display our slots. Till now we were using our custom actions to just display our slots. That is, here we have a function, we have the code to display our slots. So we had an action saying action say data. So whenever this action was called, then it used to extract the get the value of the slots from the bot and display it in a conversation. That is a name, city, and is a beautiful place and phone number. So now what we need to do is before displaying the slots, we need to validate the form input. And to validate the form input, we have a form validation action. First, we need to import this from Rasa SDK. Just from Rasa SDK import form validation action. Then after that, we need to create a class to define the validation for the form which we have created. So for that, we define a class, and the naming convention follows is similar to the previous naming conventions for defining slots and utterances, like validate, then the form name, simple form. And even for the action to validate the form, we need to use the similar naming convention, that is validate, then the form name. So whatever form we have, we need to use this naming convention so that the bot understands which validation functions or class to use for which form. Right now we just have one form, so that's not an issue with us. But if we have many forms, two, three forms, then in that case scenario, we need then the bot. We even for the bot, it becomes easier to understand which validation function to use. So here it is, validate simple form, and then we can define functions to validate our input. For each input, we need to define different different functions. Like right now, we'll be just validating. We have three inputs in a form, that is name, city, and phone. We'll be just validating the input phone right now. But if you want to validate the other inputs, then you need to create functions for each input that you want to validate. Right now, we are validating just the phone, so we have created just one function to validate the phone input, and the naming convention again is the same, validate, and the input name, slot name that you want to validate, that is phone. And then coming to the code of the validation, you can see first we define a variable, and then we get the slot value of the of the slot phone and store it in a variable phone. Then we have a if condition to check if the length of the phone number is greater than 10. Usually, the phone number length is 10 digits. So we check if the phone length is greater than 10. We have separately mentioned here for to check if it is less than 10. You can even do this in one statement as well. Just you need to mention here this condition, and then you can mention even this condition here. But just for better understanding, we have done it separately to make it look simpler. So as you can see, if the length of the variable phone is greater than 10, if the phone number has more than 10 digits, then just send a message to the bot saying invalid phone number and then return phone equals to none. This statement, it will set the value of the slot none. If the slot value is set none, then the bot will again ask the user to input the value again for the same slot. Similarly, here if the length of the phone number is less than 10, then again say tell the bot that it is tell the user that it is an invalid phone number and set the slot to none. If both these conditions are false, then else we return we set the slot phone number with the value phone. That is the phone slot that we extracted. We keep it the same. So you can just write any code, any logic. We have just to demonstrate how to validate forms. We have just used a simple logic here. You can use any logic you want here, and if the input is valid, then you can return the actual value. If the input is not valid, then you can return a message and set the slot value to null. You can even set the slot value to null without sending a message, but sending a message makes it look better. So we have done that. So that's it. And then one more important thing, we need to define this validation action in our domain file. So here under the action section, we had a action save data. Below that, we'll just add an action that we have validate sample form. Save it. And now let's train a bot. Rasa train. So this will take a little bit of time to train the bot. Okay, so bot is trained and saved at so and so model. Let me just clear the screen and run the bot as I shall. By the time our bot is getting loaded, we'll just open up a new terminal, clear screen, and run the actions server, Rasa run actions, and we'll even include the debug flag so that I can show you exactly what is going on when the action server is triggered and when the form validation function is triggered. Let's just run this. Okay, so our action endpoint is up and running. Let's go back to our Rasa bot. It is still loading. It will just take some time. Let's just wait for the bot to get loaded. Okay, so our Rasa server is up and running. Let's start the conversation. Hello, hey there, what is your good name? Let's say Sahil. In which city do you live in? Mumbai. And then we have a phone number. So we'll just enter a wrong phone number, like just some 5, 6 digits. So let's see what happens here. Okay, so as you can see, the bot is saying invalid phone number. Can I get your phone number? Now let's enter a number with more than 10 digits. Okay, so now let's see if it works. Okay, so it is again saying invalid phone number. So now let's Enter 10 digits. Cool. So once first we entered the for like first we entered a number with less than 10 digits, it said invalid. Then we entered the number more than 10 digits, it again said invalid. Then when we entered a number with exactly 10 digits, then it took the input and displayed our final message. That is our name, city, and phone number. Let's now just see it. Let's now use the Rasa interactive and see how the conversation flows actually goes to understand better. By the time this starts, we'll just restart our action server as well. Okay, our action server is up and running. The bot is still loading. Our action server is running, and this is still taking time. Let's just wait. Okay, our Rasa server is up and running. Okay, so let's start the conversation saying hello. Your NLP model classified hello as greet intent. Yes. The bot wants to run simple form. Yes. Okay, hey there, what is your good name? As you can see, it has requested slot name. So let's enter our name. Are all the entities labeled correctly? Yes. Okay. Okay, so the bot is asking us in which city do you live in? So before testing the form validation action, let's just test and see how the conversation flow goes for the interruption that we had handled in the beginning. Let's say, let's ask the bot, are you a human? Okay, so as you can see, the NLU classified are you a human with intent bot challenge. That is correct. It is intent bot challenge. Then now it should respond with the utterance, I am a bot. So let's see what the next action of the bot will be. Okay, so the bot wants to run utter I am a bot. Cool. Yes. Okay, so the bot shows the utterance I am a bot powered by Rasta. And now the bot wants to again run the simple form action. That is what we configured the rule for, and it is working fine. As you can see, we have two more slots left, that is phone and city that are to be extracted. And then it is right now asking for the slot city. In which city do you live in? So let's just enter a city. Let's say Goa. Are all the entities labeled correctly? Yes. Okay. So now only one slot is remaining, that is phone, for which we have created the action for validating the input. Can I get your phone number, please? So let's enter an invalid number and see. So before entering the number, let's go back to our action server and see what is happening here. So first, it received a request to for validate form. This was when it requested for the slot name. Since we had not defined any validation for the slot name, it skipped it. So here it is skipping validation for name. Then the next time it was asked for received request to validate simple form was to validate the input city. Even for this input, we didn't specify any validation, so it skipped even this input and it finished running validate form. Now, when we give the input phone number, it should again receive a request and it should run successfully the validation for the input phone. So let's enter a invalid number. Okay, so now the bot has extracted the number entity and it will store it in the slot 4. As you can see, the bot stored the invalid number in the slot 4. Now the bot will perform the validation for this slot. Okay, so as you can see, it gave us a response saying invalid phone number, and then the slot phone was set to null, and then it requested again for the slot phone. So it is asking here, can I get your phone number, please? We'll go back to action server and see. So here the phone slot was set to none. We'll go back to action server, and as you can see, after the city, after finishing running validation simple form for city, it received a request to run validation simple form again. This was to validate the phone number, and it finished running validation form successfully for the phone number. That's why we got the message invalid phone number. Can I get your phone number, please? And it is asking for a phone number again. So let's enter a correct phone number with 10 digits. And yes, the bot wants to run simple form. Yes. So now it should display all the slots that we extracted. So active loop is null, requested slot is null, and all the slots are extracted correctly. And the bot wants to run action say data. Yes, this action will display the data that we extracted. Okay, so here it is. Hey, Anu, Goa is a very beautiful place. Your phone number is so and so. Yeah, so that's it.